PS3 Network.
Bring back that beat, DJ. Do you got the shit like you're supposed to have? Probably not.
Probably not. No,
niggas ain't been doing what they supposed to do.
Man.
No, I don't have it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Let me just say this real quick. This movie, we may have a first here today. We might see a nigga walk off. Wilkes, have you walked off before?
No.
Not due to technical difficulties.
Not due to technical difficulties, but not because of reviewing.
Okay, well, we might have a motherfucking review walk off today. I might clear this whole desk off, laptop and every damn thing.
Turning tables.
Man, flip some shit. Yeah.
All right, welcome to the forecast, man. We cannot seem to get all four people at once. We may have three, we may have two. Hopefully,
contracts, man. Training camp coming up.
Yeah, right. But welcome to the forecast. We review movies, films, documentaries, completely different way, for different perspectives. And tonight, coming at you with Beverly Hills Cop 4 or Axel F, whatever one you want to call it. This is available on Netflix. And I said this last week, man. Eddie must got this some type of Netflix deal because he's been coming out with movie after movie after movie. But you want to go ahead and give us a
yeah, I got the plot ready to rock and roll here. After his daughter's life is threatened, wisecracking detective Axel Foley teams up with a new partner and some old pals to turn up the heat on a conspiracy. Just for those who are not familiar with Beverly Hills Cop, the first one came out in 1984. The second one came out in 1987, and the third one came out in 1994. Of the three, we'll save his thoughts on the fourth one, if you don't already know him, for a little later. But of the three, Beverly Hills Cop 2 was my favorite because this is, again, 84 and 87, Eddie Murphy, prime. And they're at this construction site outside of this horse track. And he's trying to get some information out of this guy, and he's slapping up this white dude basically, and he asking him some questions and holding a gun to his head or whatever. So these questions are being forced, so to speak. And he said, "You like rap music?" He goes, "Yeah, I like rap music." He goes, "You like rap music?" He goes, "Yeah, I like rap music." He said, "Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo." And the white dude repeats, "Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo." He says, "Say ow." He says, "Ow." And as soon as he said ow, he hits him in the head with the gun. So that's one of my favorite ones. But so 1984, King Doc was 12 going on 13, 87, 15 going on 16, and 94, 23, 22 going on 23. So maybe 17-year-old Doc should have watched this shit. Netflix initially released this on July the 3rd, so it is a Netflix joint. I guess he's trying to fulfill a contract. Directed by Mark Malloy, again distributed by Netflix. The budget was $150 million. Wow. About $149 million more than they should have spent on the shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
yeah. And initial thoughts. I know you already gave yours, but I felt like this is, if you don't know what happened in the past three films. I mean, obviously you could have watched this, but there was so much nostalgia in it that if you were just a random person and never seen any of them, you probably wouldn't have enjoyed this. I think this was for a specific audience, and I don't know how great of a job they did on this.
Yeah. Oh, you waiting on me?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
I was like, you waiting on me? Yeah, I like the second one because I felt I think the nostalgia of the first two just they're great, but I think the second one definitely gives you that pride of Eddie Murphy, and I enjoyed the second one, but this one I was worried. I was worried before we even reviewed it. I didn't even know it was coming out. I had never heard anything about this until I saw it popping up a few weeks, maybe around Juneteenth or something like that, and I was like, oh man. I was like, wait, this is either not needed or it's well over too late. But I don't know. Maybe somebody talked them into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked up on some things because I remember watching the first one just recently, maybe around New Year's. There were also some things I remember from watching the originals on VHS, but no, I didn't. This one hurt me a little bit. I didn't really like this one too much.
I'm hearing a little beat down there, loaded. What's happening now? You done uploaded it while we were talking?
I finally got it. Yeah.
I don't crank the shit.
Yeah. Finally got it.
Okay. All right. You need to change the name of it too to from what it was from GoldenEye Creations, who produced it, to the forecast theme. So
yeah, I got.
Oh, look what the cat drug in this mother. Look what the cat drug in this mother.
What's up, A-Trap? You doing all right?
Hey man, I can't complain. Life is good, man.
Good.
Life is good, right?
Good to see you. All right, we giving our initial thoughts. I know you are an Eddie Murphy fan. I've been waiting to hear.
Me too.
What you got to say about this? Initial thoughts on Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
I think this movie was extremely lukewarm. It gave me. It was. I won't say it was bad. I won't say it was good. My initial thoughts are: Eddie Murphy has outgrown Hollywood. Eddie Murphy needs to do things that he creates, and then they build the movie around him. He can no longer read a script, sit in it, and do it. And it also, the second and most important thing, from a social aspect, it made me realize why this movie was made in 1984, 85.
Oh.
I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
What did you hear?
Why it was made in 1985.
Yeah, right. In 1985, due to civil unrest and other things of that nature, this is just pure propaganda. It's to make police officers feel warm and fuzzy to the general populace. Okay. Eddie Murphy is bigger than that. Eddie Murphy is a man. This is how much of a mega star Eddie Murphy is. Eddie Murphy, my favorite entertainer of all times. Eddie Murphy might be the greatest entertainer of all time. Only person that's close to him is Jamie Foxx. Eddie Murphy, this is how talented he is. Eddie Murphy was in a movie called Dreamgirls, in which he was playing a singer.
Great role.
Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce was his backup singers. That's how big a star this man is. And he's in a movie in which it was too small for Eddie's talent. So that's how I felt.
Yeah, and I'll say they they played on that kind of, his daughter who wasn't in, I don't know if she was in any of the, or there was a daughter figure in any of his films.
Not even in the third.
But this has been done, numerous times. So it's not like this is a original thing to A-Trap, to your point. And they just kept playing that music. Like, we know what the theme music is. Stop playing that music. We get it.
Yeah, I'm glad
it was just knock down, drag out.
I'm glad you went there, because I put on their soundtrack very 80s, and then later I was like, man, glad the soundtrack changed once he got to LA. They changed it up a little bit, but then kept going back to it. And I'm like, okay, well, it didn't change. So that drove me nuts.
They went to the well way
very synthesizer, Casio keyboardish kind of shit.
They're trying to keep it. Yeah, I feel like they were trying to harness that nostalgia. You don't need to do that. Just exist. Now, because you didn't do that with the third one. The third one was existing in the 90s.
Mhm.
So why is this one trying to tie so much back to the 80s? But it was just like,
yeah. And maybe that's trying to get people to go back and watch the other ones before watching this one, or just trying to tie it together somehow. I don't know. It was a.
Now what?
I was washing dishes. I was cooking. I was doing all types of stuff while this was on. So this wasn't like a
17 minutes in. I looked at the wife and said,
"You know what was funny?
I don't even want to watch. I mean, it's like, and I put that note down at 17 minutes in. I said, "Well," I said, "How long have we been watching it?" I said, "Acting horrible." 17 minutes in, I don't even want to watch this no more.
You know what this would have been a better sequel to? Metro. If they would just made just a story about a police officer trying to reconnect with his daughter and buried himself into his life,
right?
This would have been a better sequel to
Metro.
Young Metro on the beat. 21.
Yeah. Metro, the actual Metro, the producer would have been better.
Thank you, Will.
No problem.
21.
But I was curious though. What's the reference to the red though? Is that because it's red in the lettering? There's red cars. There was red, and he had a red Mustang in Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Yeah, true.
Then he had a red. Somebody had another red convertible in part 2, and then they had his daughter had a red car in this one, a red BMW.
Maybe they're trying to just be LA.
Yeah, maybe.
And he had a red Chevelle in part 2.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to keep that. There's something with that signature, the red. I don't know what the red was about.
Yeah, and I've seen numerous people post like, if you're looking for a good nostalgic movie, this was like 8 out of 10. I don't see it at all.
No.
And I tried to not let those movies affect me, right?
Yeah.
And I try to let it stand on its own.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't. Had it not been for those movies,
yeah.
Now I think Wifey would probably give it a little bit better rating than I gave it, because I'm like, she was like, it's not that bad, but I was like, I wanted to just eat plain oatmeal instead. And if you know King Dog, I ain't ever eating no plain oatmeal. I'm gonna have raisins. I'm gonna have
you gotta put something in it, man.
Dried cranberries, cashews, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, golden raisins. I'm gonna have a brown sugar and some non-dairy butter, and avocado butter, some shit.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I think Eddie's at that point where he's putting his kids in movies. His daughter was the one that arrested him, and I was looking that up, and that was basically like an improvised scene that happened, and he did the same thing in Coming to America. So he's at a different stage in his career, I think, where I don't know how much the bag is for him to do these old movies.
You can get it. I mean, let's just say at that 150 million, I would imagine he's probably getting 10% of it, maybe.
Easy.
Right at about 15 million.
Eddie Murphy production too.
In today's money.
I just think
you kind of broke up. H-Rap, what'd you say?
I just think it's a dated.
Not the money.
No, not the money. I think it's just a dated concept of this movie. The movie itself, like I said, I didn't enjoy it, and I put it like this: if I would have, I took myself back to the 80s. Me, my man Big Illinois, and my man Draz, we would always go to the movies together. If I would have went to the Woods Theater to see this, I would have been like, it was okay. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't be looking for the the VHS to come out. But I'd just be like, okay. Like I said, when I was watching this, I said, man, this would have been much better instead of Axel Foley. It would have been my man from Metro. Think about it, because at the end of Metro, he got with the lady. He'd had a divorce, been an estranged daughter, away from her, buried himself into being a cop, and it would have been a better movie. But like y'all said, they continue to portray and try to bring Rosewood and Taggart and Pinchot Bronson and all these people back, and you should have just told the story.
Yeah. Bronson Pinchot is that was, I mean, hell, I appreciated him. Aqua, he did his job. He came through. Matter of fact, the realtor, when they were looking at the house, she did a great job in her part.
She's SNL alumni.
Yeah,
she was on SNL.
Yeah, she was on SNL.
I was trying to figure out who that was. She was funny. Kevin Bacon did a good job. I feel like he was a
bad guy. He
did a good job.
He's a hell of a bad guy.
Yeah. And then he kind of. Oh, go ahead.
No, Kevin Bacon is who y'all was talking about.
Yeah. And he went in that Professor Clump bag when he was talking about the Foley and Saunders. It was like his family around the table. So and I watched this more like it was fresh to me. I really don't remember any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies at all. I just know that graphic. I know him with the Detroit Lions jacket with the Adidas. That's all I really know. So for me, it was watching it even separate from all of that, and it wasn't great.
It was definitely kind of like, the classics. I always remember them as, yes, it had comedy, but when it got serious, Like it was like some damn, like how he gonna really get out of this one? Because it wasn't no jokes going on. People getting shot. People getting shot at, and I mean, it was just like they ain't playing no games. But then when the jokes came, I felt like this one was just like Eddie Murphy's here, everybody around him is doing their thing, but Eddie's just kind of like there. Hey, put that over there, and do some of this because he's like A-Trap said, he's bigger than Hollywood now. So it's just like even when what was it? The one we just watched? It was You People, or what was the name of it?
You People.
Yeah. So it was like I feel like he stepped back in that one too, which was okay because he's so big. Maybe he's kind of like coaching these people up to the point like, hey, you go. I did this already, so this is your thing. I'm here taking a backseat. I don't mind, bringing up the rear or whatever. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I felt like it was another one of those. The people around him were kind of doing more of their thing, and he was just kind of, hey, we got Eddie Murphy, But that's just me.
Well, what makes me realize that I should have realized. Excuse me. What should have made me realize this was going to be a very lukewarm movie. I saw him on a clip on a late night show. Just saw him on what I don't remember who it was, Jimmy Kimmel or one of those people. And they asked him something about his movies, and his response was extremely interesting. He was like, "Yeah, when I was watching 48 Hours the other day." And he said, and I was laughing because I said, I wrote that line, and I wrote that line, and I wrote that line, and I wrote that line. That should have triggered, this is going to be an average movie because they did it.
Yeah.
You cannot ask Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin to sing it the way it was in your head. You get them because they're going to do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He couldn't do his thing.
Yeah. And one of the things I think they shoving this Detroit angle down your throat too.
Yeah.
It's like we get it. Like you're at a Red Wings game. He wearing Detroit gear every single time. Every outfit got some Detroit on. It's like you're pushing that too hard. We get it.
We understand
Detroit.
Yeah.
You're giving us this is the fourth movie that he's come from Detroit to do this. We get it.
Right.
You don't have to close.
Right.
I really appreciate that they had a picture of Inspector Todd.
Me too, man. I noted that, man. That I think for me that may be one of the coolest things in the whole doggone movie is the fact that they had his picture on the wall. And I don't catch the background stuff like that. That's normally y'all did.
Yeah,
I
missed that, but I caught that piece.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, the picture up there that was pretty dope. I like that how it was of the old captain.
Paid homage to him, and another cool aspect of it is that all the detectives from back then got promotions basically, except Billy turned into be a private investigator.
Right.
He still liked the gun thing, but they lost their fastball, man. They just even Eddie Murphy when the first scene he had to run, I was like, God, dog, he's slow, man.
Upstairs
he run like his knees hurt like mine.
To me, this was like Martin doing another Bad Boys.
His clothes was so baggy. I'm like, what is he doing?
And Bad Boys, the latest Bad Boys was good, but realistically, that Martin not chasing nobody down in today's day and he's not doing it.
No.
Just like Eddie not chasing anybody.
Say 95, man. Stop.
Yeah. And the biggest lie in this entire thing was Jordan Gordon-Levitt, the detective.
Yeah.
There's no possible way he was dating her. Zero.
No.
Yeah.
Zero.
Not even
Well, well,
yeah. I guess they had to put it in the storyline.
Well,
You didn't have to put that in.
LA sisters. You never know who they're gonna date.
Turn him out, man.
Ain't that
Nah, that wouldn't happen.
far-fetched to me.
Yeah.
What's up to Chuck Gage? Thank you for tuning in. Is a worthwhile sequel? No.
Not to us, Chuck, but you be the judge, sir.
Yeah, watch it on your own.
Watch it and comment. Tell us what you think.
Right. And the way it ended, they may try to squeeze.
So far, you win the award for the coolest viewer name, Chuck Gage. You related to Luke
or Johnny?
Luke Cage.
Might be. I don't know. He had some
Power Man.
He had a video game.
And then they had the I don't know what his name is, but the Hispanic character. He's been in a ton of movies. The one that was in the club.
Oh yeah, Luis Guzman is his name.
Yeah, he been in everything. Man.
That was a weird character.
He's just that dude. He's very believable as that dude.
Yeah.
He's the new John Leguizamo.
The same dude.
Yeah,
in everything he plays.
Did that character fit this though? It was a weird character.
Well, they Hollywooded him up like he had glitter, and they kind of made him trying to make him a little sugary, But I think Luis Guzman is such a professional that he did what he does. Yeah. I didn't have a problem with him at all.
They made him a little Debo Samuels. Yeah.
Man.
And on that note,
views expressed here are not those of BS3 Network.
Oh man.
So subscribe to the channels down below. On that note, the BSC Network, Queen 3 and King, the forecast, the end of the bench media. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
Now that scene where they were in that club, and he was yelling at the guy that was performing. That was a Buddy Love and Dave Chappelle thing when he was yelling at Dave Chappelle when he was on stage on the club. That was a parallel there.
Yeah, and a nod to the original when he took the cops to the strip club.
Yeah.
Well, I saw it as this. This is what I saw it as. A continuum of Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy consistently breaks new talent in every movie he's in. If you watch his movies closely, you will see a upcoming comedian or a comedian who isn't getting the shine he should get. The first one, the dude who handed him the bananas, Damon Wayne. Even when you look at the comps, you got an up-and-coming dude who about to have his own show on Comedy Central, Dave Chappelle. He consistently puts these upstarts in his movies, and he has, if you look around Hollywood, Eddie Murphy's fingerprints are heavily on Hollywood. So again, it was one of those things where I could understand it. It just, I didn't embrace the film because it wasn't the greatest, but I did appreciate the Eddie Murphy aspect of it.
Yeah, and I'm for the record, I'm an Eddie Murphy fan, so this is not Eddie Murphy hate, by any stretch of the imagination.
We're just being honest.
Now, speaking of that, Afton Crockett, I think is his name.
Evian
Crockett. That played the security guard or something of that nature. I wouldn't necessarily consider him an upstart. He's been around Hollywood for a long time, but
he looks familiar.
Hadn't got a lot of
movie roles. He don't seem like he get a lot of movie roles.
Yeah,
he does.
That scene was great.
Yeah, he did. He was good in his. Yeah.
You think he said, so you one of them code switching niggas, huh?
Yeah.
And then he started talking with that accent. British accent, I think.
Chuck says, I just paid attention to the first one. Is that all I need to see to make an opinion on this one?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think so. I mean,
he said, and Luke is my cousin and Johnny is my grandpa. Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. It was a lot of headshots in this too, man. I'm like, is this like Call of Duty? Man. What is this? Everybody getting shot in the head.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, I get it. That's the kill shot, but it was.
Gotta get them over with, man. And trust me, you're not walking up to a two-tone Bronco with an AK and bullets are not penetrating this damn thing. Come on, man. It's a 7.62 round bullet. What are you doing, man? I was like, what is this in the middle of the street? I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, and speaking of the pepper spray, you're not gonna take no pepper spray and keep rolling like that either. Hey, a regular water you couldn't take like that. They were shooting Visine at his ass.
You're supposed to say, come on.
Or Bausch and Lomb. Hell.
You never know, man. The Bronco might have been a salute to my man Arnthal.
Yeah.
OJ, go, OJ, go.
Yeah. Did they mention OJ in?
No, they didn't mention.
I really mentioned. I was gonna say I thought somebody mentioned OJ in this one.
80s action plot armor.
Yeah, pretty much. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what made me say that, man. We're looking at an outdated motto. The people who created this movie, they focused on nostalgia too much versus focusing on telling a story. They didn't tell a story. They've lost their fastball because when Eddie wanted to, he stepped up and was Eddie. But the story was extremely average. Again, if they just tell the story without all the synthesized music in the background, with all the old 80s music, just make it Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah.
You bring in the story and then tell the story. You know, I believe they should have mixed in her mom a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, which they didn't show her at all.
This has been told so many times before. A strange relationship. I was like, this has been done before. Like, what are we doing? But
yeah,
and you can tell they had to have a filler there because if they didn't have that, I mean, they would have to find like a random lawyer or random woman or guy he's trying to protect from being killed.
What the similarities in that? You remember in the first ones, that's the whole reason he went to Beverly Hills is because he had a friend there, you know, that needed his help or that went missing or that, you know, so they had to have the reason to get him back to LA, you know, so to speak. But you know, and again, I'm a Judge Reinhold in the movies he's played. One of the best ones is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh man,
that's where he got caught masturbating with Phoebe Cates was coming out the pool. That's one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. You know, with Sean Penn and some other greats in that movie. So I like Judge Reinhold, and then Sergeant Taggart. You know, he just lovable guy. He passed off as President Ford at the strip club, you know, with the clothes he was wearing back then, you know. So, but man, you want to talk about not aging well, man. Eddie Murphy aged relatively well, right? You know, if you support the theory black don't crack, you know, and you just took those three people, you wouldn't debate it any further.
Yeah. Eddie does not look 63 years old.
No. Yeah. And white wrinkles and cracks.
Man.
Yeah, Taggart aged like fruit.
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, Taggart and Reinhold, you know, they look 93.
Yeah, they look a little rough.
What's up, Theodore? Thank you for tuning in.
I like when they took a shot at Eddie. The shot at Beverly Hills Cop 3 in this.
Huh?
And I like the way they took a shot at Beverly Hills Cop 3 when they was going over Eddie's record. He was like, yeah, you did pretty good in 85 and 86. Not so good in 93.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Good shot at him in his own movie.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like Metro was trying to rebound from that terrible Beverly Hills Cop 3 outing. It was just like Beverly Hills Cop 3 took place in an amusement park, a theme park. It was just like
Uncle Bob. I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah. I wonder if in the first couple for sure that Eddie did a lot more ad-libbing than he did in this one. You know, like it seems like, you know, he may have been responsible for some of the, you know, success of those just simply because he kind of let's do this here or just did it, you know. Probably. Like I wouldn't even the line I talked about earlier when he was like, yo, baby, yo, I wouldn't be surprised if that was all him, you know.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he single-handedly saved
SNL. And his interaction with Bronson Pinchot's character, I would be surprised if a lot of that wasn't just ad libbed.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You put a comedian in the room, a good comedian in the room with a guy like that.
Right.
Almost don't matter what the script is, you can make something happen with that.
Exactly.
With just their interaction.
Play off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and he's just that great. Like you were talking at the beginning, A-Trap, where you just give him something and he'll run with it. And he's done it. Yeah. I mean, numerous times. It's just,
yeah, man. I just like I said, man. We live in a different time. They did they were too PC in this. They had to be all inclusive. Just at some point, Hollywood is going to just make movies again. I understand. Look, gay people, they're here to stay. They've always been here. If you believe in the Bible, they're there. So we don't have to overextend the gay outlook, overextend the interracial outlook, overextend everything. I literally just to entertain myself, I literally took the cursor and fast forwarded through the whole Beverly Hills Cop 2. Eddie Murphy and 2 black extras were the only black people in that movie.
Wow.
Wow.
I just did. I said, let me see something.
Wow.
He walked into this wedding at the Playboy house. One dude was standing there dancing. He went somewhere else. There was another dude. He was a cop in the high-speed chase. He got out the car, and that was it. I was like, I was like 3 brothers in the whole movie. I forgot Inspector Todd. Yeah. 4 brothers in the whole movie.
And I was surprised.
Inspector Todd was black enough for all of them. Black. When I say, yeah,
Inspector Todd was actor. He was a police.
I didn't know that, but I can believe it.
I can see that.
That's how you would expect a black chief of police in Detroit to act. Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly. And I was surprised to find out that 48 Hours was Eddie's first film. I didn't know that. I thought he maybe had something else before that. But that was
48 Hours with Nick Nolte. Man, when I said I love them, man, those movies, that was my shit, man. Yeah. That was one of them movies that I watched. I can't tell you how many times I've watched 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. I can't tell you how many. Right now, that's the movie I would probably give a lot of grace to if they tried to do that again.
Right.
That's the movie I would give some grace to, just because I was such a fan.
Yeah, Nick Nolte is off a cliff.
Careful how you say Nick Nolte. You about to say Nick Nolte.
Hey man, chill out. Stop doing it, man. Chill out, man.
Well, what I do, like y'all said, man, this is something I appreciated. I felt good because I was like, Eddie Murphy is he one of my favorite people in entertainment. He is my favorite. This is not one of my favorite people in entertainment. He is my absolute favorite person in entertainment. And it's not even a 2, 3, 4. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then somebody else. And I felt good when I looked at social media. I went on Twitter and I saw so many people going, man, it was good. I loved it. And I was like, yeah.
You're saying this was before?
No, hey, we talking like Saturday, Sunday. They were loving it. And I was like,
I was worried when I seen it because I knew they were going to try to do that. We're going to try to recapture that Eddie Murphy nostalgia from the 80s. And I'm like, that's why I was so worried when I watched it. I'm like, no.
Now, was this worse than Coming to America 2? No, I wouldn't say it was that bad.
Nah. I don't have that big a problem with Coming to America 2, the reboot.
I don't know.
I like that better than this reboot.
Yeah,
it's just all that nostalgia. Like if they would, I don't know. For me, it's like growing up in the 80s. These things were on TV. These things were on VHS. We had these movies,
right.
And then when I see them again, and it's just like,
yeah,
that's a different time. Like stop trying to recapture.
Shaka strong.
Like everything is old.
I'm trying to find this game.
And then Eddie's next film is Shrek. They're coming out with another Shrek. So
I bet that's gonna be better than this.
I don't know, man.
I like the old Shrek because it wasn't Chris.
I can't say half the shit.
Wasn't Chris Rock in there too?
Chris Rock was. Thank God he was nowhere near Shrek.
Who was in? I thought somebody else was. Another brother was in one of the roles in Shrek.
I don't think so.
I think Eddie was. I think Eddie was the only one. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was just Eddie.
But the last one was 2010. So
they can't get away with half the stuff they got away in the last week. They ain't, man. Nah, man.
I think they can, because look at the Family Guy. Look what they get away with the Family Guy. You can do it with cartoons because they're not real people. They can't be canceled.
Family Guy coming. Family Guy don't care who you are, what you are.
Like it's this cat. That's why I pulled it up. This cat from high school. He said, "Big ups to Eddie Murphy. Beverly Hills Cop 4 was off the chain. Great job." And he got 28 people to love it.
Well, obviously, we're the professionals. So wherever that guy is, pipe down. I'm gonna tell you, like Drake said, pipe down. Shit.
Yeah, pipe down.
He's not standing alone. I'll check it. It's the #1 film on Netflix.
I mean, I believe it. You're gonna watch it. That's just how many people clicked at the start. And that ain't got nothing to do with how many finished it.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Let's rewind. You know, when you seen this, I don't know if you seen the trailer or you seen it when you were scrolling around or whenever you seen the poster.
I was excited.
You was excited? Okay.
Yeah, I was happy. I was excited. Couldn't wait to watch it.
I told Ben.
It was 17 minutes.
Yeah. I told Ben even before we reviewed, I was like, man, I'm a little worried about this one.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's got a question for you guys. Can Drake say nigga anymore?
I must know. What happened with that?
Yeah,
is that a real question?
Yeah, that's a real question.
Well, I don't know what happened, so I can't.
Him and Kendrick. Have you heard any of the? You haven't heard any.
Yeah, I know they had a beef, but I hadn't really paid attention to the song.
Okay. So I need you tomorrow.
Better shit to do.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Your homework assignment tomorrow on the way to work is to listen to them songs.
They still
that'll you be able to answer that question.
You're gonna have to send me the damn songs.
I'll sing you the song. I'll sing you the song.
Yeah. Much rather be listening to James. Much rather be listening to James Taylor, the Doobie Brothers, or somebody else.
Keeps you running.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Keeps you running.
That's a good question, Ben. That's a very good question.
He murdered him on wax. Drake should never make a song again. That's how bad it was.
He's going in on Drake.
I said Kendrick went in on Drake. I said he should really never make an album again.
Okay.
Like he's like on that cancel level where you need to chill for a couple of years and then come back. Because
his fans still love him though, so I wouldn't worry about if I was Drake.
Nah, yeah, he can still come out with music. I mean, but
can Drake still? But you know what? I understood where he was coming from. A lot of people say he was banning them from saying it. I looked at it from a different perspective.
He wasn't banning them. He was joking, really. But
he was dead. No, he was dead serious. I think he was looking at it from this perspective. Drake, like 85-90% of your fans are not black. And you on stage hollering, nigga, 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 nigga. This is not a good look. Yeah. And you only doing it to placate to your audience.
True.
So when I heard the song, if
you're just now joining us,
yes,
we are reviewing a movie that is so good. We are talking about the Kendrick Lamar Drake beat. That tells you how good this shit was.
38 minutes in. This is a record. 38 minutes in.
I told you, shit.
Yeah.
I told the wife, I said, shit, go and get the hamburger helper started, shit. You know, we go and get the hamburger helper started, shit. Set the extra cheese out, shit. We go and put the Jimmy cornbread in early. Yeah, shit. We good tonight.
Go and put that Marie Callender's in the oven. I'll be done in a minute.
Yeah, pull your good house robe out this evening. Yeah, we gonna have some time. Shit.
Yeah, tell them the Jeffersons. We good. We all right.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Final thoughts, man.
The Pointer Sisters. I'm glad they got they record played again.
Yeah, good to hear them. I was
the Neutron Dance.
Oh Lord, yes.
Way to go.
Yeah.
The song at the end. Yeah, the song at the end was "Here We Go," It was Lil Nas X. I added some upbeat.
Oh, really?
But that was about it.
That was and they kept playing the Lil Nas X song, but I don't know if that was like they used one of the classic songs.
Hey man, turn around. Somebody behind you, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
No, you can't come in. No.
Yeah,
No, I had to change my office around. So the door is
obviously
it's back here. No, bye-bye. I'll be out in a minute.
Oh, Michael Myers back there, man. Turn around, man.
Yeah.
Somebody coming behind you.
Yeah, you need to own the air. You need to own the air sign out there. Yeah, you can borrow this one. I got it.
I'm gonna have to. We'll put a lock on the door.
Yeah.
I see your message, A-Trap. If I can get it real quick.
To try to make this show last. We ain't got no sponsors. We got to placate too. Yeah.
Good, man.
Entice next week's.
We good, man. I gotta go check on this turkey breast anyway. Man. We good. we good, man.
But next week, Bob Marley, One Love.
Oh, I'm okay. Fantastic.
So that should be a longer show, number 1, and should be a higher rated show, number 2. But final thoughts, Mike rating, A-Trap.
Very lukewarm. As I stated, my final thoughts were my original thoughts. Eddie Murphy has outgrown Hollywood. He needs to do things like Norbit. He needs to do things like The Clumps. He needs to do things that he created or someone as creative as him. We can no longer do. The American populace no longer wants to see these propaganda movies. And unless you stop making propaganda and start making entertainment, you are going to waste arguably the greatest talent in movie and recent movie history. He is the Michael Jackson, the Prince, the Michael Jordan of entertainment. He can do it all. He can dance, he can sing, he can do impressions, he's insanely funny. And you wasted that on a lukewarm average movie. I walked in the door, it was a 2.5. It's gonna stay at 2.5.
Before we go, shout out to Chris Bass. Best voice in podcasting, and Tyrone Simmons. What's up with it, y'all? We appreciate the support, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, she said 2.5. All right.
That's what you said, A-Trap, 2.5?
2.5.
Now let me ask you this. Before the show tonight, did you have anything different?
As I said, I walked in the door 2.5. Hey, trust me, y'all couldn't say anything that made it better than that.
Yeah, nah, ain't nothing you can do. The sway on
those movies that you walk out of the theater. Back in the day, we would walk out of the theater and we'd be like, that was okay. I wouldn't have wasted. Dog doesn't be familiar. I ain't waste my $5. You won't get paid.
All right, Doc.
Yeah, well, what I like to do is give what IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, Google, all of those boys did. And they were generous. So Eddie Murphy got something on somebody. Because IMDb gave him a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave him a 67%. Metacritic gave him a 55%. And Google gave him a 71%. Those are not bad numbers considering what I saw.
Yeah.
So
and Google is the viewers rating. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But I'm with A-Trap. I started at a 2.5 mics and I ended at a 2.5 mic. Easiest 2.5 mic I'd never give.
Yeah. Big Illinois said, I hate Mount Sin. Is that what he's saying?
No. Oh yeah. I
don't know, A-Trap, you may know what he's saying. He said, I have my Sony Walkman ready. He gave it a 2 mic. Yeah, man. It's man, and maybe this is just you throwing it out there. At this point, you just throwing something out there on Netflix. This is one of them straight to DVD back in the day films. All right. Whoops.
1 mic.
God.
1 mic.
Now, for the show tonight, were you at 1 mic before we started?
I was actually at 0 mics because I was worried about this. I was really worried about this because it's like you don't need to mess with that legendary. I guess it doesn't take a notch out of Eddie Murphy's Mount Rushmore.
Nah, I mean, hell, he did Dr. Doolittle. I mean, shit, come on.
Yeah, but he still get a one tonight. So yeah, so I'm one mic.
And two of them, didn't he? Dr. Doolittle.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
At least with Dr. Doolittle, it was original cast, and he said he did those movies so his children could see his work.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then of course he was in the what was that? Something Bosses, Horrible Bosses. Was he like the hitman or something like that? They were hiring him to.
Oh,
yeah.
That was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that was Jamie Foxx. That show.
Okay, well, what was the one I thought Eddie Murphy was in something like that too, where they had hired him to do something, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Had him to make a good movie. It was just
something similar to that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Pluto Nash. Hey, man.
He said it was better than Pluto Nash.
Oh man, Pluto Nash. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we said everything we needed to say. It was.
That's how much I like Eddie Murphy. I didn't hate Pluto Nash.
I thought Pluto Nash was fine.
Honestly, I don't even remember that one.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Well, let's just say this about this movie: he's not raw anymore. He's well done.
Right. Yeah.
Dry and chewy. Go ahead, Ben. What's your mic rating? Yeah, well crap.
He's not molding yet.
I had a 3 coming into this, and I'm dropping it down to 2.5.
3.
Yeah, that was a little high. I feel like they like we've all said, they kept trying to go to that nostalgia well and just keep playing that song, the Adidas, and they kept zooming in. If you notice, they kept zooming into the Adidas. Like we know.
You get paid for that.
Yeah.
He should get paid for that.
Well, that's fine.
I felt like there was a couple good actors. His daughter, who was Taylor, I think her name was Taylor Page. I mean, Eddie had some Eddie moments, and Kevin Bacon did a good job. But it was just, and the plot wasn't really that great. It was predictable. You kind of knew where it was going, what was going to end up happening. Wasn't a lot of surprises. So,
well, we got there a different way, but overall rating is a 2. The going in was a 2.5, 2.5, 0, and 3. Coming out was a 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and a 1. So they each come down.
But what needs to be done is Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx and Eddie Murphy and other comedians should be doing. He's going to do a movie with Martin Lawrence soon as well.
Oh, really?
It's going to be on the line of life. If you don't let this dude just do his thing, you're not going to maximize your dollar. Eddie Murphy, you're going to Netflix. They got paid already. You know, they did their thing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's number one. That's exactly where you wanted him to be. Eddie Murphy's tuning in to Netflix, and then you're going to see other things and see those too. You're going to see Running and other things that are on Netflix. But if you want to maximize this dude's fame, you need to give him a pile of money and get out of his way.
Yeah. All right. What's up, CJ? And I'm surprised. You said the lady who played his daughter killed the movie for me.
Yeah, she was not good.
You don't think she was good?
Heard in other movies.
I feel like
wifey asked me if you were doing a beauty of the week, would she be yours? I said no. She says, why not? She's cute. I said, because she can't act worth a damn. That's why.
Well, at first I was mixing up with that thing from Orange is the New Black. I mean, ain't that the transsexual?
She does look like her. She does look like her.
Let's keep going, man. Let's go to something else.
If
in fact, there is something like Bill. What Bobby Knight say on the ticket? Let's move on to something a little bit more important. If in fact there is something,
there is something else.
No clip, man.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'll play.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And she was whining a lot. I think that was just the character. I don't think they put her in a good spot because her whole character was you run around and I'm gonna whine about it the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they never really showed her actually being a lawyer.
I'm gonna cry.
Take my eyes off that huge spot on her face. I was like, what the hell is that on her face?
That mole, man.
Yeah,
it's a Cindy Crawford mode, man.
Like, what is this? What is happening right here?
The black lady cop who arrested him when he got you did get to that.
Oh, and I think his son-in-law when they were at the.
And that wasn't the same one that was in Coming to America, but that was a different daughter.
I don't know, but I know her name is Bria. I know her name is Bria because that's my daughter's name.
All right, so next week, Bob Marley, One Love. I will play the clip at the end when we close it out. But what's coming up tomorrow on the End of the Bench?
Oh, the End of the Bench. No, I wasn't even ready. End of the Bench is going to be a. Give me 2 seconds.
You would have had another 30 minutes if it was a regular show.
You're right. End of the Bench tomorrow. I got 300. I got 52 weeks of notes. I got to scroll through them on one notepad. It's gonna be substance versus style. What I'm gonna talk about is we get a lot of style points by standing in front of the media saying what we want, but we need to add some substance to it. Here in Chicago, everybody and their uncle and their mother is on Brandon Johnson's back. He's the second Black male to be elected mayor in Chicago. He's been in office 14 months, and people act like he's been in office 14 years. That's just all fodder to get rid of him. You know, I had a conversation with a friend who blamed him for something that has been occurring literally 50 years. Well, why ain't you doing nothing about this? I'm like, that's been literally 50 years. So we need more substance versus style. I'm gonna talk a couple of sports. Talk about Bronny James and Angel Reese, and we need to stop with the Bronny James slander. You know, finally, you got a brother with enough cachet to get his son in the league, and we are going to knock that. I'm talking about why we shouldn't, and then I'm gonna talk about being progressive in our community. So those 3 things, I'm really going to focus on that LeBron James thing, because the last time I checked my dad contract and saying I'm the father of 2 young people. Part of your it ain't even in the fine print. The big print in your contract is help them obtain their dreams. He did that.
Yeah. All right. He said if y'all are being affected by the hurricane, we're not, because we're north Texas, but south, like Houston, Corpus Christi, and Galveston, those areas are definitely being hard hit. So, but definitely say your prayers, because we do have a couple of show hosts that are in the Houston area. So definitely do that.
Prayers to my homie Antoine Miller. I talked to him today. He's in Houston.
Oh, how's he doing?
No power, but he's okay. Him and his family are safe. No power.
Yeah.
Big Illinois, who that? Actually, I know him through Big Illinois.
Well, thank God for that.
They did some time in the joint together.
Unless before his criminal career.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right, Queen 3 and King tomorrow.
I'm Queen 3 and King tomorrow. Whatever BS3 network decides to play, because we ain't doing shit tomorrow. Because
the replay,
the baby queen. I was Island Dog last week. The baby queen is Island Queen this week. So.
Yeah, I heard you.
You're gonna chill. She's overlooking a beach right now. So
yeah,
nice. Always a good thing to do.
Definitely.
And I got to pray and ask for forgiveness for all that chocolate cake that I ate that Wilkes made. When I say, okay, you know, the Black family, a lot of times we wait till like after you eat, you wait an hour or so before you start getting into dessert most of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I say when they was putting their plates in the trash from their food, one person got to the chocolate cake who already knew what it was about.
Really?
And there was a run on the chocolate cake, and before you knew it, there was only about a quarter of a cake left. I mean, so much so to where like Mika had to come in there and say, "You want me to set you and Aaliyah some aside?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh wow!
You wasn't the first one to the cake. I thought you was gonna say it was you. No.
Did it taste different from the last one?
Yeah, it tastes different. It was still, I mean, when I say delicious, still delicious.
Yeah.
With your last one, whatever you did to that one, that one, shit, still. But this one, I mean, you do them how you want to do them. Hey,
But I gotta make sure I keep them. I gotta make sure I keep them in
Know how
that.
you want to do it?
I try to outdo the chocolate taste each time I make it.
I mean, I'm talking about people who don't even like chocolate cake like that was coming. I mean, it was like the talk of the household for about 30 minutes. They was like,
wow.
One person was making another one go get a piece, and another person was getting a piece.
Oh,
and I was just happy because they was keeping people away from my Annie pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, I'll stay over there.
Favorite I've ever had in the world.
Yeah.
So I was just, I'm like, okay, yeah, that chocolate cake, great. I'm like, go get you some. Just leave that pineapple cake alone, because I can get this chocolate cake anytime I want to. This pineapple cake is a little bit harder to come by.
Right.
So, but yeah,
I got down Flint rubber bubble cake.
Hey, Wilkes is bad with the spoon, the knife, the
chocolate cake,
everything, man.
Right, man. Hey man, put this clown's coming.
He said, "I don't know, A-Trap. It's my baby."
Wow.
You know, A-Trap doesn't have friends. So
man, that is literally part of a 40-year-old series of jokes. Literally 40 years of that joke.
Yeah,
I love it. I got friends with jokes that are about 35 years old. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. So before we get out of here, make a announcement. So coming up is the 5th annual BSV Network Awards, and it will be September the 8th at 7 p.m. at Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, same place it was last year. We will have food this year, so definitely come out. We would love to see you. Reach out to me. I'll send you the link for the RSVP, but also I'll post it to social media as well. But we were definitely looking forward to celebrating 5 years. So appreciate you.
We didn't say the food was gonna be good. We just said we're gonna have food. Yeah.
There's gonna be food there.
We're gonna have drink. We're gonna have drink, but it ain't gonna be cold. It's gonna be just drinks, man.
Lukewarm juice.
What'd you say, A-Trap?
I thought y'all said VSOP. I said at a church.
Oh, not hey.
No Henny. Maybe in the parking lot.
But I did have a cousin go to my bar this past weekend and say, "Cuz, you ain't got no Hennessy." I said, "You're looking for regular people Hennessy. You need to be looking for the VSOP."
Yeah.
And she went over there and she goes, "I thought you was bullshitting." I said, "No, I was telling you the truth.
Real deal.
I don't drink regular people Hennessy over here.
We ain't drinking that Corinth Street Hennessy over here." What?
Right. Yeah. Not the shit you can get on Grand. Nigga. Like, what you think this is?
We ain't drinking that old 75 Hennessy over here, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I miss him.
Yeah, that's like that Pearl Street Hennessy.
Hennessy used to be my best friend.
That Hatchet Street Hennessy. Come on, man. Calm down, man.
Hey, this is the hardest we laugh on.
This ain't that Second Street Hennessy.
Oh, man. Woo. Good stuff. Inside jokes. Inside.
Yeah.
All right, A-Trap.
No Dallas.
At will, Hennessy.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have it because he obviously is not gonna stop.
No, I'm done.
This ain't that Marcellus Hennessy. I don't know.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap. He done swung back by Bang Boulevard, Illinois.
Right.
Go ahead.
I enjoyed that laugh. What we just did the last 3 minutes was funnier than this whole movie.
Yeah, that's real.
Exactly.
As usual, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Russell Semi. I don't want to rate nobody.
God.
Uncle Rush. My bad. Hey man, y'all already know, man.
What in hell do you
know? Something. And if you need it, get it from Bob.
Yeah, sign off quick.
Yeah, we ain't ever get this one.
Sign off
quick. Him upstairs.